So now we're doing the Q&A portion of the show. I'm just going to keep talking like Morgan Freeman. My name is Josh Robert Thompson. I played a talking robot on a late night talk show that was canceled a long time ago with Craig Ferguson.
Yeah.
Right. Thank you for being here, Dana DeLorenzo.
Thank you for being here.
You and I met on a show called The Late Late Show with Craig Ferguson.
Yes.
And you were...
I was a dual role.
And who did you play originally on the
For
program?
one day, I played Sandra the Rhino.
Sandra the animatronic talking rhino above the wall.
Up on the wall.
Interesting parallel to Evil Dead because there's sort of the talking sort of deer situation. Yeah.
And
Just trying to
he
help.
told me, then Craig Ferguson said, Dana, this isn't working out, it's too peewees.
Yeah, oh, you know, Dana, we can't do that because, you know, it's very
So very peewees playoff.
so, you
It's
know.
like, you hired me. It's okay. And then
so
on that day,
I think what we should do is have you...
do a sketch that then turned into I'm Not Leaving the Stage and played Beth, the CBS executive. But here's the deal. This is such a genius, and he and Craig had such a rapport that it was like walking into, you know, an all-star game when I have never played, you know, any sort of major league team at all.
You were put through your paces on this show. You were, I mean, you were beat up. You were like you're a stunt person.
I'm not, okay, I have to give credit.
I
did a lot of the stunts that were legally allowed to be done, and only one that was the insurance supposed to know about. Because my stunt double works, you know. We had amazing stunt doubles. I mean, Lucy Lawless's was Dana Grant, another Dana. She's, you know, Charlize Theron stunt double who won an award for Mad Max. Crystal Pratt was mine, and Bruce Campbell always gives props to Rachel. And Rachel, who has been Bruce's stunt double forever, would always go up to him. And if you guys, I mean, you watch the show, yes. There's a lot of physical comedy in those as well, because it was a perfect blend, I think, of all three of Sam Raimi's films.
Yeah.
The horror comedy, but also...
Plus the Three Stooges influence,
exactly.
slapstick.
And also, though, just the straight up horror. So I thought it was a really perfect blend. But there was a lot of slapstick, and so Rachel, at the end of the day, doing a lot of Bruce's stunts, would go up, and Bruce was like, "How you doing, Rachel? How was today?" And he would just... And I'm stealing Bruce's impression, by the way. He does it way better, but this is exactly what Rachel would do. We go, "Hey, Rachel, how did it go today?" "Fuck this shit, boss." And he would just limp away.
She portrayed Brandy Barr, the illegitimate love child of Ash Williams, in season 3 of Ash vs. Evil Dead. Here she is in all her glory, Arielle Carver-O'Neill.
Yeah. She's right there.
All the way from Australia.
Welcome.
Which is a lot farther from New Zealand than you think.
She's right there. She came just now from New Zealand.
Yeah, I know you got
She's
here.
fluent. So Arielle, you jumped into this thing.
Yeah.
This was 3rd season.
Yeah.
You come into this just like Dana was saying earlier. She came into the Late Late Show. You had all these other people that were already established. Was this terrifying for you? I mean,
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah, I was terrified.
But how?
I mean, they were really nice. Everyone was really nice to me.
Okay.
Especially Dana.
Right.
She was so nice to me. She actually... But I was terrified, and I'm a huge fan of a lot of things that have introduced a sibling or a surprise child, and I know how risky it is when you introduce that storyline. So I felt a lot of pressure, that's for sure. But everyone was really nice to me. They made it easy. My favorite kill was the one in the basement where the guy's head blows up in my face.
Where you get the blood cannon?
Yeah.
Number 7.
Our director, Rick, decided it was literally just the camera in my face and then a very happy man with a pipe or the cannon right next to the lens. And it was all very close. And then Rick goes, "And now scream!" So I just let out this scream, and that's when the blood cannon shoot me down. So when I say, "What the fuck?" that was actually real, because it shot me in the back of the throat. So that was my favorite.
Sam Raimi, the great Sam Raimi, set the bar. Not only was he, I always say he is the most and the least intimidating person in the room, because he comes up to you and he talks to you. I mean, I'd never met him before the screen test, and I didn't think there was a shot in hell I was gonna get this part. So I was like, hey guys, it's me. Oh, that's nice. I'm really class. Like that's how I was talking to him, and I was like being a fucking idiot. And then like Sam was like, so Dana, you okay? We're thinking of having his character that was exactly my thought. So I think that they saw that the joy and passion I bring to that role. It's already got to. What I would say about him too is that's the kind of guy he is. And then when we were filming the first episode, he sat me down and asked me to help write the scene for episode 2 with Mimi Rogers playing my mother. Wait, will you do Sam? It was like Walter, where he was like, I was like, he said,
tell me what he said.
He said, I go, what are you asking me for?
Story.
You're the boss. He's like, I'm asking because I think you were talented and I invited you to be part of this show.
I'm asking because I think you're talented. I invited you to be part of the show.
Yes, and I was like, no, that's all well and good, Sam Raimi, but that is you, Sam, but I've never written before. And why don't you just write it and tell me?
Jay Leno sounds probably.
But that's the kind of guy. So I feel like, to answer your question, have I been talking 2 hours? Probably, because that guy. The bottom line is.
Even he stopped. He was saying your name. Dana!
He's like, get the kid!
Shut up! No, come on. That's a beautiful story though, because he's a lovely guy.
So and then I saw Evil Dead 2 and it was great. Hadn't seen Evil Dead, the first one, until I had a screen test for Sam Raimi and Bruce Campbell. And I put them in, I was like, rented the night before, I'm like, it's from the 80s, that'll be fine. It's gonna be so cheesy. Couldn't watch it.
Scary film.
I had to have my friend come over in the morning before my screen test, like you. So I feel your pain. I just don't like maniacal, like the Joker, or like that. I don't like maniacal. No, but honestly, I think the first Evil Dead is honestly the most terrifying because I think for me at least, when evil enjoys it, the giggle, the laugh,
I love it,
with the white on.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, no, that haunts me. And then we did a lot of that in like season 2 and 3 with the whole rhymes and the she slash.
See, that's all the classic.
Hey, it's a classic song.
Well, Evil Dead 2 was that one where it was in the 80s and I was in junior high. And I remember renting it at a place in Cleveland called Network Home Video. It was run by this husband and wife, and they would not allow me to rent R-rated films until one day their deadbeat son was filling in on his shift. This guy with the Fu Manchu prepubescent mustache and like a medallion. So I bring the tapes up and I say, I like to rent these. No. See, you don't know. You say I can't let. It just.
I can't let you.
Here's the boxes: Evil Dead 2, Amityville 3D, some real corkers, and Aliens Dead. Return of the Aliens Deadly Spawn. These are the 3 I want to get.
Sorry, I can't let you.
Oh, okay. So I start taking the boxes back, and then you say.
You gotta bring up the tags.
The tags, because they used to have a tag under the fucking movie. So I thought the guy was saying I couldn't rent them.
So you do it.
He's like, bring it back to tag. So that's how I watched
really
those.
not worth the payoff, John.
Well, you fucked it up horribly.
Got Deadites. Got problems. Fuck it. You know what? Fuck them. You know what? You know what I say to these Kandarian demons? You know what I say?
What do you say?
You had your chance and you blew it!
Josh Robert Thompson, everybody.
But what was curious is that this film that you've seen this evening, there was going to be a cinematic follow-up to this that would have followed an alternate timeline. But instead, thankfully for both of you, they decided to make a TV series.
Thankfully.
And everybody got paid. Except for me.
No, but we always like to thank the fans because it really is because of you guys. Whether you're a diehard fan or not, you are fans. And even though Bruce and Sam make jokes of like, You know, I could direct Spider-Man, I could go on to do a person like I could do a million things, but all they want to know is when is the next Evil Dead.
Right.
Always. I'd like to thank fans such as yourself
Thank you.
for pestering Sam and Bruce for 25 plus years, because then we both got our dream jobs. So thank you,
Thank you very
all
much.
of you for that.
Yeah, it's just wonderful. It is.